Unbelievable. You got the Freaky Friday thing where Justin Fields used to start for the Steelers last year and Aaron Rodgers used to start for the Jets, and now they've reversed roles. And 26-24, Rodgers had just thrown his third touchdown pass. Bam! There's his fourth to Calvin Austin, who went to visit him in Malibu over the summer and worked. Calvin Austin had never seen the ocean before. It was incredible. He was like, wow, this is an amazing thing. Fourth and goal. Jets down 5. Justin Fields, he might have played the best game of his career. I mean, he was excellent in this game. Excellent. Throwing, running, everything. So he gets the touchdown. And then it's Chris Boswell. This is 4th and 11. They need this from 60 yards, and it was never in doubt for a second. MetLife is a tough place to kick. It's 60 yards. It would have been good from 68. And Rodgers absolutely feeling it, but they got another chance. 4th and 3, down 2. Watch, Fields looks like he's going to run it, and then he sees Garrett Wilson. He throws it, and boom! Walk off. That's Jalen Ramsey, the vet, and that's incredible celebration that was fully earned. Big hit, Willie. What'd you think?
See ball, get ball, big win for the Jets. They got to do a lot better. They understand that. But you talk about structure and discipline. The Jets showed that, man. Hopefully we see more to come.
A walk-off hit by a veteran corner. You just don't see it much. 66 points of pure entertainment. This game was awesome. Awesome, awesome. All from start to finish. Let's hear from both coaches after the 2-point Steelers win.
Exciting game, but I'm not into more victories. This was a game that, man, it was back and forth, a lot of fighting. I thought offensively we did a lot of good things offensively that we can build on.
Did Rodgers show you anything that you hadn't seen before? Like, how would you assess his performance?
I mean, he's a good passer. I mean, we all know that, so that's nothing new.
I just thought he was game all day. But again, you guys asked me last week, why was I confident? That's why I was confident. That's what I've been looking at in preparation, and I'm appreciative of it. Not only his efforts, but the efforts of the collective.
Something just fits. It's Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers. It's two guys that are just perfectionists about their craft. But, Manside, the thing about these quarterbacks is oftentimes we're just locked in on Rodgers. But Justin Fields, he was due his camera time yesterday in Jets-Steelers.
Yeah, just like how KB said in that highlight, man, Justin Fields, I thought that was his best game he's ever played in the NFL. You got from the decisions he was making, the touch that he was. I think there were a lot of questions about Justin Fields and his ability to put touch on the ball. Like, we all knew that he had a cannon, but there were a couple of throws to Garrett Wilson that he had that it was just perfectly placed. I think that the only play out of the entire game that I felt he made not the smartest decision was on that 3rd and 3 late in the 4th quarter where he kept it on the read option and he got hit. Obviously, the Steelers were keen on him a little bit, but I thought that Justin Fields played a magnificent game. But what I did think that paralleled the Buffalo Bills and Ravens game was everything started from a turnover. The turnover on the special teams on the ensuing kickoff after the Steelers scored to get that turnover, that punch out, they recover, and then Aaron Rodgers goes and hit Calvin Austin for that touchdown. That was that 14-point swing for the Steelers that they needed, because before that, guys, Justin Fields and the New York Jets, they were playing lights out. They were playing dominant, in my opinion. Garrett Wilson, I don't think that anybody anticipated that Garrett Wilson and Justin Fields connection would happen so quickly, but we got to see it a little bit. But KB asked earlier in the offseason, what type of Jalen Ramsey are we going to see? And I think that we were able to answer that question by not only the play that he made to end the game, but the physicality at which he played with. So, again, we talked about the Bills and the Ravens, how classic of a matchup that was for the AFC. We had another one earlier in the day with the Jets and the Steelers.
Yeah, I thought there was a lot of questions going into this game, especially for the Jets. Who are they going to be and how are they going to look? For much of the game, man, the Steelers, I thought, tried to feel their way through that game, and the Jets came off the bus throwing haymakers. I mean, they were physical out the gate, excuse me. So when you talk about Breece Hall rushing for 170 yards, overall, this offensive line, who I thought was going to have a big challenge day, they stepped up and they started punching the Steelers in their mouth. What's interesting about this game overall, and I think we kind of all talking about it, we want to see the evolution of Justin Fields. Was he going to rely on his legs, or he's going to use his legs as a weapon? We saw a complete package out of Justin Fields for the New York Jets. And sure, you don't take more victories into account, but if you're the New York Jets right now, you have a run game, you have an identity, you have structure, something to build on moving forward. You got Buffalo next week, so you got to build on this.
Yeah, I have a bachelor's degree in Justin Fields. I've watched a lot of him coming from Chicago. He was awesome yesterday. I mean, really, really good. And yet, like, he almost never wins. Like, you just look at his career as a starter. It's really, really bad. He doesn't win. And He tried to make all the plays he could, but ultimately, again, a game you don't win. And if you're just wondering, speaking of wins, if you're wondering what the New York media thinks about the Aaron Rodgers performance in MetLife, what's the headline? Here's the Post right now. So now he can play. Oh, okay, now he can play. Also, Russ Walt's already on. Guys, this crusty old wizard, he can still huck it. This guy was born in 1983. 1983. What were you doing in 83? You guys in LA were not alive.
Born.
You were just born. I think I was potty training, and Rodgers yesterday threw 4 touchdowns. 4. He was brilliant. It was a beautiful game that he played. And the more beautiful thing is, the great thing about Rodgers is that if you poke him hard enough, and the media really poked him after this game, hey, Aaron, give us something. Give us something about the Jets. Give us something how satisfying this is. And eventually he's like, fine, you want something? Here it is.
I was happy to beat everybody associated with the Jets. There were probably people in the organization didn't think I could play anymore. So it was nice to remind those people that I still can.
Yeah, that's how he is. Like that guy feels that way. That guy runs that way. Most importantly, media, Aaron Glenn, revenge, whatever. He looked excellent. He looked fresh. His arm looked live. He was making throws on the run. This is a factor. I've told you guys before. I tell you every single time. The Steelers are going to make the playoffs. Yeah. They're going to. The question is, will they win a game when they get there? You watched that team yesterday. Tell me they are not either 10-7 or if they slip up a little bit 9-8. Yeah. That's a 10-7 team right there. Mm-hmm. Again, defense really bad, really bad. They survive, get the win week 1, and Rodgers looks good. That's all that matters.
Yeah, Kyle, I was going to say, don't undermine your education. While you might have an undergraduate degree at Justin Fields, I think you have a entire career, but also the fact that he did give the media, the fans, and frankly the editorial department at the New York Post a sprinkle of that. The fact that he still feels that. Aaron Glenn brought him in that building and had a very apparently unnecessary conversation in person just to say, you're not our guy here anymore. It must have felt good. But Kyle, just make sure your PhD goes far beyond just watching Justin Fields since his time with the Bears.
Yeah, I have a PhD in Rodgers. The most honest moment of his entire career was when he screamed at the Bears fans, I've owned you my whole life. I always bleep and own you. That's the #1. This was yesterday. I mean, like, what are we doing here? Look at this picture. It's like he's got this ridiculous helmet, this old 1986 chin strap, like this gray beard. He's this crusty old monk, and he's not supposed to look that good. But we've said, Willie, we've said it for 5 months or whenever he signed. What are we getting from Rodgers? What does Rodgers have left? Yeah. There is no one who thought he was going to look as good as he did yesterday. I mean, he was excellent.
Yeah, and I think everybody was happy with his relationship with him and DK Metcalf. They seemed to be on the same page, which was important. And then you started to see the run game fall into fruition. And overall, man, the offensive line, they struggled, but he stood in there. He fought. For an old guy who a lot of people are worried about his health, he showed a lot of grit and fight.
And we also saw that Arthur Smith's offense. Guys, you know, Willie, you brought up DK Metcalf. Guys, these were the guys he threw the touchdowns to. Calvin Austin, Jalen Warren, Ben Skoranek, Jonnu Smith.
Ben Skoranek.
Like that, those were the 4 touchdowns he threw to. Like none of it was DK. None of it was all of the wide receiver ones. Like that was what I thought was Arthur Smith's offense at its best. Is you don't got to worry about all of these big Devontae Adams. Give it to the second-string tight end. Give it to the second-string wide receiver and let them do their work. So I thought it was impressive by Arthur Smith in that offense.
Oddly enough, Ben Skoranek, the nephew of Trent Green, the CBS broadcaster. So there is football in family, exactly. Before yesterday's game, there was some concern that the Lions